I've traveled the whole world looking for these cars and finding them. I've got 20 of them. They only made about 215 like this one. And this one's only 90 miles from my shop, and it's been sitting here for 20 years. It gets crazy sometimes. Sometimes it's unbelievable. Months ago, I got a call from one of my YouTube followers, and he's a real estate agent. And he was looking at that lot over there and walking through the backyard, and he sent me a cell phone snapshot on a text. He actually sent it to my son, who forwarded it to me, and said, "There's an old Mustang back here." So I told him, you know, go up and put a note on the door, knock on the door, be as nice as you can. Months went by, and one day this guy here calls me, Steve Harden from Pecos, Texas, who's the owner of the car. And the car is behind his sister's house, and it's been there since the 90s.
It's been there since 2012.
2012. So I came down and looked at it from the fence, and then today we're going to go take a closer look at it and see what we got.
Now let me ask you a question. Did you just store it on a trailer? I mean, was that foresight? Why'd you store it on a trailer?
Well, that's how I brought it here. I parked it and didn't plan on leaving it this long. When I got my house, I was gonna move it there and restore it.
What you've got here is a 71 or 72 Mach 1, and it's been painted metal flake purple to match an old jet boat or a fishing boat or something. There's that heavy metal flake.
Yes.
And
the previous owner
had to have painted it. So let's just walk around it here and see what we can see. It's on a nice trailer, but obviously it's been here a while. The trailer's about a foot sunk in the mud. Let's look at the VIN number. That'll tell me everything that I want to know. So it's a 71, F05, so it's a Mach 1 made in Dearborn. J, which means it's a 429 car, and then a 138 series number, so it's an early car. It's a very early Mach 1. You can see it hadn't moved. It hadn't been registered since 97. Obviously, it's been repainted. It's been sitting here a long time. The paint has started to curl off of it. That's what the Texas sun will do to your car in a heartbeat. Now let's take a look at it, see what else we got. We got a 4-speed, so that's very important. We've got a
fold-down seat.
Fold-down seat, blue Mach 1 interior, very nice. We'll see what the original color was right here. Well, this is a V-Code car, so this is a drag pack car. This is a Super Cobra Jet. This is not a Cobra Jet. This is a 429 Super Cobra Jet J-Code Ram Air, very early car, and it is a blue Mach 1 interior and it's got a fold-down seat, and it's a 4-speed with a 391 track lock rear end. So you couldn't ask for a rare car. They didn't make a rare car in 1971. It's unbelievable to find this in this condition.
I'd like to shoot the interior while I'm right here.
Sitting out behind a house in Southlake, Texas. I have traveled the whole world looking for these, and I happened to find one 80 miles from the house. So I've got 20 of them. They only made about 215 like this one.
What'd you find?
Lug nuts for Magnum 500s.
Wow.
And I should have NOS center caps for the Magnums.
How'd you get that window open?
It wasn't easy. I started at the back and then slid my arm to the front. This is a pulley for the alternator. Yeah. Got the window down.
He's finding lots of stuff.
Got a new pulley. What? Alternator pulley.
Oh. D1ZZ, that should be the right one. I'm going to tell you something about this pulley. Yeah, that is the right one.
And NOS lug nuts.
We've already made this deal, right?
Yes, sir.
That pulley's worth $1,000.
You got to be kidding.
$1,000.
$1,000. And look, you got it new in the box.
D1 ZF10A35. Well, this is a Motorcraft. But this is a very hard to find pulley. Super Cobra Jet pulley. It's the same pulley for Boss 351.
Yeah.
And then for a Cobra Jet.
I was telling Jerry that, see, a friend of mine worked at the Ford dealership in Irving. And a lot of times they would get some parts. Sometimes they'd clear out another dealership. And he said sometimes they would get things that are discontinued. Sometimes if it was anything that could go for a 71, I'd buy it.
Well, that's a very smart thing.
I got some of the parts. Now that I don't think I got originally from Ford, but it's a
Remblo
I
stuff.
couldn't find a blue one though.
How'd you get this down?
It wasn't easy. I pulled it out like this and put my arm in back here and then slid it to the front. And
I bet you.
you want me to crawl in there and see if I
I
can get
bet
to
you
that?
we can take that stick right there and maybe push on that door or something. I can go unlock
I
it.
got this fender to start rocking
Oh,
on this end, but not the front. I can't budge the front.
People always accuse me of staging this. Here's the owner I bought it from. This
Yep.
is how I found it. That's exactly how we found it.
And I owned it for 30 years.
No bullshit, guys. Got to get out and look for them. Don't stop looking. They're still out there.
And I bought it from a guy in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And door closes. Unbelievable.
Well, Finley, tell me how, or either one of you can tell me, this trailer, how much does this protect the car? What did this do for the car?
I kept it off the ground, but critters.
You know, if it would have got down onto the end of the mud, it would have sunk just like the tires did. The floorboards would be sitting on the mud.
Oh, that would not be good.
It would have made a tremendous difference. Let's see if we can get the hood open, see what's underneath the hood.
Okay. What about, look back here.
Let's see if we can get it open. You ready, Jerry? Ready?
Yes.
It's coming. There we go.
It's been a while.
Yeah. There's all that junk back there. It's making it hard too.
Well, obviously it's had some squirrels or something living in it. Looks like it's got a Holley instead of the original distributor's gone, original carburetor's gone. The rest of it looks pretty good right now. And it's got the original pulleys and fan on it. We won't really know till we get it to the shop and get it apart and see what's real and what's Memorex. It's hard to tell till you get it apart.
Finley, I don't know if I'd buy it. It doesn't have the right radiator cap.
Yeah, it's been sitting here a while. But it's got the right ram air springs on the hood. You know, it's got the right pulley. It's got the right dipstick, Cobra Jet, Super Cobra Jet dipstick. It's got a lot of the right pieces, but you know, it's pretty common for an Excel distributor to be taken off, the original distributor to be taken off and the Excel put on it. That's probably a 850 or 780 Holley. Probably it's double pumper. It's either 750 or an 850. Looks like an 850 Holley. Not unusual to have been put on this car. The original air cleaner's gone. Looks like it's in the back of the car, which that's good. Looks like it's got a shroud on it, which is unusual. Usually those are gone.
Yeah, they break up or something.
The motor mounts break with hard launches, and then the fan gets into the shroud and kills the shroud.
Oh, is that what does it? I
Yeah.
know a lot of them
Yeah.
have been eaten up.
Yeah, typically the motor, you know, you launch this thing hard a bunch of times, little rubber isolators will break,
Yeah.
and then the fan will get into the shroud and into the radiator and eat it up.
Tell me about this ram air. Is it there?
The ram air system's in the back of the car.
Oh, there's a couple more dipsticks. What is it saying?
These are 351. Someone's chromed them. So a lot of people take the wrong ones and have them plated chrome to put them in and make it look like it's the correct dipstick, but the number on the end. Plus the calibration lines will be wrong, so you'll be running low on oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the snorkel's on the other side on the floorboard.
Let's see if we can get the other door open.
Okay. You want me to try and...
Let's do the trunk first, Jerry. Well, let's see what the trunk looks like. Well,
Just a little dirt up here.
okay, this is not a car that's supposed to have this on it. This was added.
Really?
Yeah. These springs are too small. The factory springs are bigger and stronger,
Yeah.
it'll hold it up right now. So someone's added this.
Really?
Aftermarket, yeah. You can look at the Marty report. Plus, it's not original. It's an aftermarket
Oh, is it?
piece. Yeah.
I never knew that.
You can't believe how many of them they added the stripe and they added the spoiler. So this is an apron, front apron that goes with the battery, and these are the shock tower braces. The trunk floor is pretty good, better than most.
Okay.
You might be savable. This little tube right here.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only guy in the country that's got those tubes. Those tubes, I found the guy that actually made them for Ford.
Really?
And I bought 300 of them. So this is for the collapsible spare.
Yeah, space saver.
And you can usually tell the cars that have been up north because this will be completely rusted out and gone. That's for a 351 car. That's not for 429. You need to get this picture, Jerry. You ready?
Yeah.
Those are hard to come by.
Scott, can you feel me now, buddy? Can you feel me now?
Finley's friend in the hobby, Scott Skaliski. Look, he owns a 71 429 Cobra Jet himself, so they compete for parts.
People buy paintings and they put them on their walls. It costs millions of dollars. You ask them why they don't use them for something? Well, to me, it's a piece of artwork.
Show me that auto light. No, that's just what's it say here?
What it says is
D. It's got the part number, huh?
it says $1,700. What it says.
Oh my God! Is it really?
Yep. Impossible to find part. I've got a few of them, but they're really hard to find. That'll go back on this car.
Among the hardcore real collectors,
And like I said, it was restored by somebody else. I bought it because
Yeah, don't say all that.
a single part can be more of a treasure than the car itself. What we got now?
Huh. It's real.
right one.
Yeah, that's for Holly.
Yeah.
That's 71 Ram Air. That's the correct Ram Air base.
And that's probably worth a fortune nowadays.
If you don't have one and you go to eBay, it's going to be $3,750. If you have one, you have a hard time getting that for it unless you just find someone that really has to have one. It's the last thing to finish their car.
Yeah.
But when you put them on eBay, you put that part on for about $3,750. But I've never sold one, and I would never sell one.
Yeah.
I've got 4 or 5 cars left to do, and this car will have to have one.
Yeah.
If it was an extra one, we'd be smiling right now. But it's not extra. That's all good stuff.
Okay.
Let's see if we can open this up. And before you get all worked up over this, the truth of the matter is, when I'm done with this car, it'll be worth $125,000 to $130,000. It'll cost me $100,000 to fix it.
I was about to say, what's it going to cost to fix it
$100,000.
nowadays? Yeah. I believe it.
So there's absolutely no profit in this car. What this car is
rare.
Is rare and is 2 years of my life because I only have one blue one. I have 4 or 5 black ones and 4 or 5 red ones,
Oh, really?
but I only have one blue one. I was hoping this wasn't blue. You know, I was hoping it was silver or white or something I didn't have. But I do have the original first down the assembly line medium blue metallic.
Yeah.
Identical to this one. And when you come over to the shop, I'll show it to you. We'll
I'd
ride
love
it.
to.
Let's try to push this door open
Okay.
inside.
Let me see if I can reach through from the other side.
This door, I'm sure the weather seal, the sun probably hits this side of the car,
Yeah.
and the weather seal's melted. And so the weather seal has essentially grabbed the door. We're going to have to push on the inside to get it to break open.
There we go.
There you go,
That
Joe.
was easy.
You want to come on through?
No, I'm getting out this way. Whew. Ah. Well, at least now you can see in it good.
Intermittent wipers. Oh, this car got intermittent wipers?
I think it does, and I don't. Like I said, sometimes I just bought stuff because I knew it would be hard to find.
Put this over there.
Check the glove box.
That looks right. The snorkel for the Ram Air system, Jerry, and
It looks like it got a little. Now those are, I think, aftermarket.
yeah, these are aftermarket stainless. The original ones are aluminum. still okay though.
Yep.
Here you go. You might need this.
Yeah, I think it's toast.
Damn squirrels.
Oh.
How did it get in here? They come in through the air box normally. And they find a nice place. There's the battery hold down.
What does that say on the license plate? Has that got a dealership name on it?
1971, just Mustang.
Yeah, it's just 71.
Yeah, no dealership tag. This is McMorris Ford in Austin. Holy almighty.
What?
It's a damn big ass snake skin over there. I thought it was a snake for a minute. Oh, it's a skin, rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake?
Yeah, look right there, Jerry.
Where? Oh, that's just, he just shed. He's maybe.
It's a shed, yeah.
Is that a piece of it in the back too?
Yeah, there's another piece of him. He probably went in there after the squirrel.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, stick your hand under the seat,
No.
see if he's still there.
No,
Not gonna happen.
no.
Care to look in the glove box?
Yeah, I'm going to look in the glove box, Jerry, but let me get over the snake just a second, okay? Give me just a minute to get over the snake part.
If it's any consolation, I'll throw the snake in for free.
Snake's free. Nothing in the glove box.
Nothing? Okay.
No snake, no nothing. All those prices I'm giving you are kind of the dreamer prices.
Oh, I
that
understand,
eBay guys get.
And usually they may be on there for a long time until somebody finally pays that price. Like
It's
you said,
got to
somebody
be.
has to
It's
have
got to
it.
be the last part a guy needs to finish his car, and that's the guy they're waiting for.
Exactly.
And the buddy price. There's a buddy price in this business because I've got 6 or 8 buddies that just do 71 Mustangs all over the country, and that air cleaner would be $1,500 to $2,000. The buddy price.
Yeah.
The little pulley would be $400. But if you go look on eBay, they'll be on there from $600 to $1,000. They're going to find a tremendous amount of metal repair work on this car, even though you look at it now, you say no. Once you get it blasted,
Yeah.
the blaster tells the real story.
Yeah. It cleans it up to where you see what's real underneath.
Yeah, and there will be a lot of pinholes in a lot of places, and the car looks like it's been tapped in the front a little bit. Not bad though,
Yeah.
because it's got a late 71 or 72 grill and grill braces in it. You want to see that, Jerry? You want me to tell you about that? Open the hood back up. In 1971, the early cars like this one didn't have these 3 sets of bosses. It just had these 2 outside sets. And this brace here connected with 2 connections. But late in 71 and through 72, they manufactured it like this, where it had a center boss. So this is a really early 71 car with a really late 72 grill in it, which isn't unusual. It just means it got tapped in the front at some point, and it could have been anything that broke the grill. And when they went back to the Ford house to buy a grill, all they had was this one, and they converted to the single center bracket, which is, like I said, that's 72 and late 71. Started about the 200,000 car mark, maybe 210,000, and this is 138,000. This is a really, early car. Now we're going to come tomorrow and take this off this trailer and get this trailer out of here and then load it up on our trailer and take it back to the shop.
A little farther.
How many Super Cobra jets do they make?
531, I think, total.
Okay, you're on the ground.
532, something like that. Those are automatics,
4-speed.
4 speeds.
You know, it depends on what you read, because I've seen numbers anywhere from 530 to 611, and it depends on whose magazine article you're reading, and of course some of those weren't even Mach 1. Some were just Mustangs.
Yeah.
And how many convertibles or?
They made 5 Super Cobra Jet convertibles, 4 Cobra Jet convertibles, a handful of coupes, a handful of sports roofs, and a bunch of Mach 1s. People always accuse me of staging this. Here's the owner. I bought it.
What happened? Did he call you? Your sister call you? What?
They left a note with his name and number, and I called him.
Get the wood block, Steve.
Oh yeah. So asked him, and I said, somebody looked at the car, are they interested in it? I hadn't tried to sell it or anything. It's been sitting there for a long time. At one time I wanted to restore it, I just never got to it.
You must have had a lot of inquiries over the years.
Just
Hard to find back here.
yeah. And for the first few years, it had a car cover all covered up or a tarp over it, so a lot of people probably
Jerry, I didn't know
what it was.
what it was. It could have very easily been a 302 automatic two-barrel car. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea.
Yeah.
You have to run everyone out to the end. This just goes to show that you never know what it's going to be. If I was to go call back 100 people that called me, and 100 people will call me in the next year, 5 of them will have a car like this one. The rest of them will all be cars you wouldn't want. You can't afford to work on them. They're nothing but parts cars.
Where's your carburetor?
I've got some parts in the shed that I'm having. I don't have it here. It's not in this town.
Oh, so you get it. So what are your plans for it, Finley?
I'm going to take it back and clean it up and inspect it and find out really what it is, really what all's there. Then we'll disassemble it. We'll bag and tag all the parts. We'll take the body to our metal shop. We'll repair all the rust. We'll take it to paint and body. We'll have it repainted back original. We'll have every piece in the car restored, and we'll restore it back to like it was brand new. And that'll take me about 2 years.
And how many Super Cobra Jets do you have now?
Mustang's about 20. Just about 20.
And all in the 429?
All the Super Cobra Jets are 429s. Yeah, I've got about 20 of them. I've got a couple of C-Code non-Ram Airs and 17 or 18 Ram Air cars. I have another blue one identical to this one, fold down rear seat, exact duplicate car and it was the very first Super Cobra Jet ever built. And so on my showroom floor over in Mineral Wells.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the very first one was blue, what this is supposed to be.
Exactly, same interior, same fold down seat, same rear end, same car. And this is a pretty early car, but the other one is a 100, so it's one of the it's about the 400th car down the assembly line in the first Super Cobra Jet. This one's probably a month in.
Yeah.
So Steve, this is the first person that tried to buy the car?
First one I've really talked to. Like I said, a couple others have asked my sister about it and she'd say something to me, but I never called anybody back.
Sometimes you just got to be lucky, guys.
Why'd you call back?
I don't know. I just thought, well, maybe I should. I'm never going to get around to restoring it, so I'll call and see if somebody's really interested in it. And it sounds like he was.
You know, typically the answer you get is someday I'm going to get around to restoring the car.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that's the answer you get. And you leave them your name and number, and you're very calm, and someday they may call. If the guy with the Black Boss 351 in Franklin, Illinois is watching this, I would really appreciate a phone call someday, guy. I've been waiting a long time for you. I've sent you several letters. Please give me a call. Got to get that plug in, Jerry.
There you go.
Why not?
I know. You know, lots of times the hunt for the paperwork and the hunt for the story takes a whole nother meaning. I've got over 100 of these cars, and a lot of them have tremendous amounts of history and research have been into them, and I have all the original documents. I will find more for this car. I have some cars that have nothing, absolutely nothing. They're just a black hole. You can't go back and find out anything about them. This one kind of falls somewhere in the middle. Here's a copy of the original invoice that came with the car. That, you know, states, you know, what the car sold for new and the original options that it should have had on the car. The intermittent wipers are not on this car, so that intermittent wiper box that I found isn't for this car. Here's the original glove box paperwork, the original envelope that the original deal sheet would have been in, and I will go to McMorris Ford in Austin. A friend of mine knows his son well, and we will get the original documents for this car. This information would have all been in the original folder here, and this is the folder that it all would have been in. If you look in it, a little piece of it is still here, and a little piece of it is imprinted here, but the actual sales document is missing, and it would be with these documents along with the original warranty card, which we'll get. So Earl Blackburn appears to be the original owner from Austin, Texas. The car was bought from McMorris Ford in Austin, Texas in December of '70. At some point it made its way to Baton Rouge, where Steve found it. He bought it from a gentleman in Baton Rouge. I'm not going to say his name, but here's a map to the gentleman's house in Baton Rouge, his name, address, and phone number. I'll contact him and see if there's any information there I can gather. Here's also a copy of the certificate of registration from New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and the bill of sale from when he bought it in Baton Rouge. Then we have the registration where he registered in Texas, and we have the title from when he titled it in Texas. And if you look here, at some point along the way, Steve or someone, probably Steve, contacted the 71-429 registry and started paperwork to register the car. And I'll check with the registry, and I'll check with the original owner, and I'll have my friend in Austin go to the McMorris family and get the original documents from the dealership. And we'll build a story. And then we'll spend a tremendous amount of money and 1,500 labor hours, and we'll build a brand new car. And we'll have Linda and Steve come to Mineral Wells for the reveal party, and we'll pull the cover off of it and show them their car that'll look just like the day it was born.
That's great.
That would be neat.
We've done it before.
Excellent.
Okay.